Okay, so I'm finally gonna get to making some videos for y'all. Sorry if my voice is a little off. Got a little bit of a cold. If you hear some much racket in the background, that's the housekeeper too. So anyway, there you go. All right, so want to take a look at your questions because I want to make sure y'all are doing good questions. I've been trying to give you a little bit of feedback on the announcements, but this way I can give you a little bit better. Alright, so what I've done, I've pulled up three that I want to look at because I think they show a good gradation of the questions. And so here's the first one by a student I've had before, so I feel comfortable looking at this one to start with. Alright, so here's the first question. Why are knights represented as noble as God in this reading? Yeah, that question is pretty good, but what I would wonder is, where is this going to go? What could we do with this? Could we write anything about this? Now, we probably could. Something about kind of the holiness of knights almost. So that's a decent question. I think with a little more context, it could be even better. Or if she gave us a reading that she was specifically looking at, it would even be better still. All right, let's go look at another one. All right, so here's another one. This one we'll look at number 2. So we're kind of moving through the list. How might the differences of Catholicism and Protestantism affected the authors of these readings? Well, it didn't, because the Protestants hadn't come to bear yet, so everybody's still Catholic. But there's not a good place to go yet, because it's just talking about the effects. And so this one, there wouldn't be any place to go further with this. You'd be kind of stuck. And so that one's okay. First off, the question, we can answer it. Protestantism is not alive yet. But there's no really place to go forward when we're asking how might these affect it. That's not as good as it could be. I like the kind of the intention of it, but it's not. I think it would be a difficult one to do something with. So let's go look at another one. This will be the last one to look at. And I want to pull these up because I think these questions are good, and that's why I wanted to pull these up. First off, what the author does in here is she gives us the piece she's looking at, and then asks something very specific. She gives us some context, what she's looking at, and then she asks something specific. We'll look at number 3 here. The private lives of the English gentry seems to follow the lives of those living in Stoner Manor over a period of time. We see letters, parents, and lovers, but what is the significance of the furnishings of an English manor? I like the way that question is, and I would suggest to most of you that this is the way you proceed, is that you give me a piece that you're looking at and give me some context, and then ask me something very specific. The more specific you can be in questions, the better your chance of writing something later about it might be. Now, it may or may not be that we would write something about this, but this one, there's enough context there, and it's a good enough question that we could do something with it if we needed to. So there, I think that gives you an idea of what I'm looking for the questions. So I wanted y'all to have that before we proceeded much further. So use this one as a model going forward. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.